Donald Trump is moonwalking. He seems ebullient. Mm-hmm. He seems, the polls are not good.
No.
But the polls weren't good in 2016. But the national polls have Biden at a 9-point lead. That's probably what they had Hillary at. Pennsylvania's got Biden up. Florida's got Biden up. Michigan's got Biden up. Mm-hmm. Democrats have taken an early lead in voting. Here's the way I feel about this election, because many people are asking me the way I feel about this election, okay? This is the way I feel about this election. We're at a point now in this country where imagine the country is a corporation. Half the people in the corporation are convinced that the CEO is trying to kill them. Now, whether that is true or not, it's becoming a very tough company to run. Do you understand? And the CEO is tweeting out occasionally like, maybe I'll kill you. And you're going, hey, this seems unnecessarily incendiary, does it not? And the other guy that might want to run the company is the guy that sniffs everyone's wife's stiletto heels and is asleep. And then one guy is tweeting, I may kill everyone, LOL, but I won't, wink, wink. And then the other guy's like asleep and dead. And those are the choices of who's going to run this failing corporate. And by the way, it's a company where we make things that nobody wants anymore. We make Pogs. We're a company that makes, remember Pogs? Remember those?
P-O-G-S?
Yes. Yes, and slammers and spinning. There was a major thing when I was a kid. Nobody wants them, and they were major. They were This is before Pokemon,
Gotcha.
Before any of that. People remember Pogs. America, as a company right now, manufactures Pogs. It's just, that's the election. Trump has not done a great job at leading the company. He hasn't. Leading the company is not all about the ideas of the person, which Trump, a lot of them, I don't know how many ideas he has that are doable or that he cares about trying to do. But it's also about, like, what about just the day-to-day psyche of an environment? Have you ever worked in an office and then the person who's leading the company there was a guy, rest his soul, named Mike McHugh, who used to run a company I worked for. The guy was a built, chubby, Irish guy. You felt good when you went to work at this mortgage company because it was a legit company on Long Island, and he had started it out of college, and he was like a respectable guy that you wanted to respect you. And he just acted the way a CEO should act. That's the way he acted, right? I didn't know him. I didn't have that many dealings with him. But let's just imagine that what I observed was a guy who's, when they're like, that's the guy who runs a company, I went, right. He didn't get drunk at the Christmas party, threaten to kill the staff. He didn't say that the other mortgage companies should go to hell. You know, like it was a level of decorum that he had. Now everybody goes, that doesn't matter. Well, it does matter if you don't want to live in an insane asylum. Yeah. I don't care what this guy tweets, but yeah, this is the thing. California's going to hell, vote Trump. New York's going to hell, vote Trump. You know, I said on Twitter, the president shouldn't be doing this, and everybody got mad at me. They're like, well, he's right. You know, and it's like, it doesn't matter whether he's right or not. And by the way, the country is going to hell, so he could just list all 50. Go down the list, all 50. And that's not even his fault. I don't know that he's helping. But when I said that, people got mad at me like, whoa, I'm like, the president, it's maybe not a good idea to say that states are going to hell. Because maybe our enemies and the people who wish to do us harm might feel that we're a bit fractured. They might go, what's going on over there? He goes, New York has gone to hell. He goes, Illinois has no place to go. Sad, isn't it? Vote Trump. This is the reasoning he's giving. If you don't want to go to hell, vote for me. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If he goes, it'll be, but it's becoming, how are you that invested in this that you want to deal with the whining and the yelling and the screaming and the nonsense? And if it was all ridiculous, like if he wasn't pouring any fuel on this fire, which he is, you would understand it. You'd be like, hey, they're fucking nuts. And I think the other side is bad to the bone, bad. The only reason that I think it might be him losing might take the foot off the gas is because I think Kamala Harris is going to be the president, and then eventually it's just going to be Obama too, and nothing is going to get done. The country's going to be destroyed. It's not going to matter anyway, but it will be somewhat livable during that period. It won't be nearly as Trump's not turning it around. He's not turning around. I don't know who I have to tell this to. He's not turning it around. Okay, maybe he wants to. Maybe let's say that, for example, during his years as a philandering billionaire, he was actually thinking about the American worker, and now he's finally got the chance to prove that. The forces, let's say that, which I don't believe, but let's say that. The forces and the mechanism, he just can't get anything done. He's too volatile. Kamala Harris is going to come in, and I don't know what happens, but I'd really like to go back to apathy. Let's return to apathy. No. We want to be activists forever. No, you don't. Where were you during Obama? You were in Brooklyn. You were in these cities, in these rapidly gentrifying cities, and many of you were on stage doing comedy with funny hats and canes, and you were dressed up like flappers in the 20s. So you didn't give a shit. You just want to not go. You want to go back. You want to go to a place where you don't have to give a shit anymore. And by the way, I want you to go there too. I want you to go there quickly. So I don't even care anymore. Elect Kamala, elect Beyonce. Just shut the fuck up. What will make you happy? Nothing has ever changed. What will do it for you? Go swim in a fucking lake. What will do it for you people? When will you fucking realize it's not up to them? It's up to you. You do something you like. I don't know what to tell you. For the love of God. But it's all the president's coming. We win, you lose. You're wasting your lives talking about this horse shit. But whatever, keep doing it. So that's where I am at this election. If Trump wins again, I'm going to wake up, Trump's in again. If Biden and Kamala win, I go, they're in again. I'm just going to look out my window and hopefully it's all not burning. And if it is, I'll get in my car and drive away. That's how I feel about the election. If I can, or I'll be taken out of that car and beaten to death in the street. But either way, that's how I feel about the election. This war you're all fighting isn't real. It's on your computers. It's not an actual war. Yes, I think you should get health insurance. I thought Bernie Sanders would have been an interesting guy to elect. Why? He's outside of the system, and I don't know that Bernie would have been able to get anything done that he wanted to get done. But giving people health care, giving people a certain safety, sense of security so that they don't have to fucking go bankrupt when they get sick is as good a reason to pay taxes as I can think of. It's better than bombing Pakistani weddings for a terror war that is pretend. Remember that? That's pretend. That's another thing that's pretend. Right. The fake terror war. It's all pretend. This is a school play for billionaires. And you people get invested in it all the time because you don't have anything else to do. You're bored. Get a hobby. The great Ray Kump says it all the time. Get a hobby. Learn how to master tennis. I don't know. It's not my business. But I want this election to, you know what I want to win? I want apathy to win. Let's go back to that because stand-up had a great point. When they took to stand-up, they're like, why don't you care anymore? He's like, remembered when I cared and it did nothing?
Right, yeah.
So you people caring's maybe making it worse. It actually might be making it worse. Yes. Tim, what you're rolling over, you're saying that the elites should just be, guys, I don't know what you think you're doing. I don't know what effect you think you're having. The tween. If you need, go get a potato and put a Marlboro Light in its mouth and watch that and then press play on your phone.